For decades, ketamine has been used in operating rooms and abused in clubs. But now, the drug is making headlines for new ways it could heal.
This is something that can help other people.
And hurt.
The Friend star took 27 shots of ketamine.
In the 1970s, ketamine gets FDA approval as an anesthetic. The drug can rapidly bring on a loss of sensation, consciousness, and pain, which is necessary for surgeries. Vets also start using the drug for this purpose on animals. And during this time, ketamine's also used as a battlefield anesthetic during the Vietnam War. There is a concern: ketamine can cause delirium. That takes us to the 1980s, when the drug enters the party scene, getting nicknames like Special K and Cat Valium. In the 90s and 2000s, scientists start making a discovery. At lower doses, ketamine can be used in other ways. New potential for things like pain management, neurological conditions, and psychiatric disorders. In 1990, this guy, Dr. John Krystal, and his team at Yale start looking into the link between ketamine and depression. It's important to note that at this time, the go-to treatment for depression were SSRIs, serotonin reuptake inhibitors. You know these as things like Prozac, Zoloft, and Lexapro. SSRIs target serotonin, a neurotransmitter in the brain. Ketamine works on glutamate.
We're actually targeting a different system in the brain, and that may be why ketamine works so well, even for patients who have not had success with a number of different standard antidepressants.
Yale researchers say the drug can help the brain form new connections, also known as neuroplasticity.
One of the things that ketamine does that helps to explain its antidepressant effects is help the brain to regrow the synapses, the connections between nerve cells.
And there's a really important factor here. SSRIs take weeks to even months to kick in, so people with depression, people who need this medication, have to wait weeks and deal with potential side effects to actually get real relief. SSRIs also don't work for everyone.
Patients come in clearly struggling, clearly suffering, and you can see a change on their face.
Ketamine can work within hours for those who need it, according to researchers.
For some patients, it can be an hour with ketamine.
And in 2019, there is a huge breakthrough.
Derivative of ketamine that's now FDA approved for treatment-resistant depression.
The FDA approves a form of ketamine as an antidepressant.
You can think of it kind of as a cousin to ketamine. It's Esketamine.
The drug is called Spravato, a nasal spray made from Esketamine. This is the first time the FDA has approved a form of ketamine for depression. It's important to note, ketamine is only FDA approved as an anesthetic. This form of ketamine, Esketamine, is approved for people with treatment-resistant depression. That means they've tried 2 other antidepressants and have not seen results.
This should be done ideally under medical supervision and ongoing professional medical treatment.
FDA approval for this form of ketamine also means increased access for those who need it and the potential for coverage by insurance. But do these breakthroughs, including increased access and increased hope, lead to abuse and recreational use of ketamine?
The reason I mentioned ketamine prescription on the X platform was because I thought maybe this is something that can help other people.
In 2024, Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, went on record about his ketamine use.
If someone has depression issues, they should consider talking to their doctor about ketamine instead of SSRIs.
Musk briefly served as special government employee in Donald Trump's second term in the White House. And in June of 2025, the New York Times published this bombshell. On the campaign trail, Musk juggled drugs and family drama. The outlet says he told people he was taking so much ketamine, a powerful anesthetic, that it was affecting his bladder. The article goes on to say Mr. Musk had been using ketamine often, sometimes daily, and mixing it with other drugs. The line between medical use and recreation was blurry. The outspoken Tesla co-founder took to X, the social platform that he owns, to say this: "To be clear, I am not taking drugs. The New York Times was lying their blank off. I tried prescription ketamine a few years ago and said so on X. This is not even news. It helps for getting out of dark mental holes, but haven't taken it since then." You may have heard the term K-hole, which refers to a bad trip on ketamine, but let's take a look at the short and long-term side effects according to the National Institutes of Health. Headaches, dizziness, sleepiness, feeling loopy, numbness, blurred vision, nausea, changes in blood pressure and heart rate. Mixing ketamine with other recreational drugs can be deadly. Long-term heavy use of ketamine can lead to memory problems, depression, anxiety, psychosis, delusions, abdominal pain, and bladder problems. There's also an indication that ketamine could be addictive, but the NIH says more research is needed. Despite those serious risks, recreational and off-label ketamine use is on the rise.
They wanted to be remembered for helping others overcome addiction, addressing ketamine use in his 2022 memoir.
Ketamine felt like a giant exhale. They'd bring me into a room, sit me down, put headphones on me so I could listen to music, blindfold me, and put an IV in.
Tragically, beloved Friends actor Matthew Perry died of acute effects of ketamine in 2023. 5 people, including 2 doctors, were charged in connection to his death for supplying him with ketamine.
A live-in personal assistant, an acquaintance, and a drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, who provided Perry with the drug after doctors limited his treatment.
Perry got the drugs from dealers, and his assistant, who reportedly had no medical training, injected the actor with 27 shots of the drug in his last week of life. Investigators also say Perry was undergoing ketamine infusion therapy. Ketamine is increasingly being used off-label in ketamine infusion clinics for mental health disorders, being marketed to help with depression, anxiety, OCD, PTSD, and more.
Oh, it hit me.
In the popular Hulu reality show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives,
It's hitting me right now.
these reality stars walk into a ketamine clinic, get hooked up to an IV, and document their experience. An experience that's quickly increasing in popularity.
Ketamine therapy is supposed to reset a lot of past traumas.
According to NPR, between 500 and 750 ketamine clinics have popped up across the United States in recent years. It's now a multi-billion-dollar industry. So I want to find out for myself. So I'm going to go in here and search for my nearest clinic here in Nashville. Ketamine clinic in Nashville. Let's see what comes up. So you can see here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ketamine clinics in the Nashville area. And these clinics are offering relief from PTSD, OCD, anxiety, and chronic pain. It costs about $300 an hour for an infusion. These clinics boast new beginnings and solutions when standard care falls short, but NPR calls them a wild west with few rules. Have you noticed ketamine clinics popping up in your areas? Let me know in the comments. I hope this video helped you understand what's going on with ketamine. I have linked all of the sources, or at least most of them, in the description if you'd like to do your own research. If you want to check out a little bit of a lighter story in the meantime, you can check out my investigation into Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop. That video will be linked right here. Stay curious and be well. See you next time. If you or someone you know is struggling with depression or other mental health challenges, please seek professional help. You are not alone. If you're in the US, you can call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988 anytime for free.